Egypt is the cradle of all civilizations, the land of refugee in the widest sense of the world, a place of tolerance and dialogue for people, races, cultures, and religions. This place is the best example for this. This area is called the Religious Complex, located in Old Cairo, showing how the three religions used to live together in peace. Amr ibn al-As Mosque is the first and oldest mosque ever built on the land of Egypt, erected in 642 AD by Amr ibn al-As, the commander of the Muslim army that conquered Egypt. It has a simple design, with walls bare of any decorations. The mosque was not merely a place of worship, but also served as a court for settling religious and civil disputes, in addition to some teaching circles that were organized in old fields. And now moving on to the Hanging Church, one of the beautiful sites here located in Old Cairo. Well, we are going to bring you more about the Hanging Church and more about Old Cairo. Why do holiday makers are keen to visit this area?
Really beautiful, really, and the history is absolutely amazing.
Sinai became widely known, particularly in Europe, with the spreading of the fame and cult of Saint Catherine, who was a highly born, learned maiden. She studied at the ethnic schools. After learning, she refused worshipping idols, fearlessly confessed her Christian faith. To dissuade her, the emperor ordered 50 philosophers to discuss with Catherine and demolish her Christian faith. But what happened was that she was the one who convinced them, along with many others who were very close to the emperor, to believe in Christ. Means of torturing did not make her change her beliefs, and finally she was beheaded, and it was believed that her body then was taken by angels and carried to the highest peak of Mount Sinai. and a chapel dedicated to Saint Catherine was built on the mount where her body was found. A spiritual trip that many of Sinai visitors are keen to include on their visit to Sinai, climbing the mount and visiting the monastery of Saint Catherine. Hello and welcome back, all of you, once again in Caravan. In Caravan, we are usually talking about Egypt and about the different kinds of tourism. Every time we move on to a place and we bring you about that kind of tourism where one can enjoy during his vacation. Well, this time we are going to talk about religious tourism. And in particular today, we are in one of the most interesting sites, Saint Catherine. Well, just as you see here, we are on the top of the mount. When did we start and how long did it take? How was it? All these questions we are going to answer during our caravan today. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. The whole area is spiritual and historically of great importance. The traditional Mount Sinai, located in the Sinai Peninsula, is actually the name of a collection of peaks, sometimes referred to as the Holy Mountains. The mountain was called Sinai, or the Mount of God, or Mount Musa, sometimes referred to as Jabal Musa, and is traditionally considered to be a biblical place where Moses communicated with God and received the Ten Commandments. It also has considerable religious significance to Islam as the place where Muhammad's prophet, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, horse Burak, ascended to heaven.
Christine Cooper, from English.
Well, just after this trip, first of all, I want to know your experience now climbing up the mount here.
A lot harder than what we thought, but it was worth it at the end.
When did you start?
About 2 o'clock this morning, climbing, yeah.
And you reached here at?
Reached here probably about 5:30.
The mount is 7,495 feet, 2,285 meters high. It is not the highest peak in the Sinai area. That distinction, as well as the highest in Egypt, belongs to nearby Mount Catherine, which is 8,652 feet. The whole area offers a wonderful excursion that can start early in the morning, climbing up the mount to see the beautiful sunrise over the bluish mountains, and ends by a beautiful visit to the famous monastery of Saint Catherine, located at the northeastern foot of the mountain and enclosing what is traditionally thought to be the burning bush. Throughout our journey to Saint Catherine, we were impressed, like all others, by such great history. It is clear now why Sinai got this international fame, due to its breathtaking archaeological and historical sites. It is not only limited to the mount or the monastery of Saint Catherine, but there are many other chapels and sites that are really amazing. There we are, the burning bush, the one from which God in flame of fire spoke to Moses.
Oh, it's nice to have a guide who can tell you about it, about the history and everything. So that's nice.
The bush is in a very beautiful garden in front of the chapel of the burning bush. The chapel of the burning bush honors the Annunciation to the Holy Virgin. Remember the iconographical type of the Virgin of the burning bush, representing the Mother of Christ seated within the burning bush and holding her son.
Hello and welcome back all of you once again in Caravan, and as usual every time we are trying to bring you more about Egypt and more about the diversification of its touristic product. Just as you see here today, we are in one of the beautiful sites by the Giza Pyramids Plateau, and just as you see we have the Rally of Egypt 2005. As usual we are here and we are going to bring you more about the participants and more about this interesting event taking place here in Egypt on annual basis. So in the very beginning, introduce yourself, tell me your name and your nationality.
Yes, my name is Antanas Juknevičius and I am from Lithuania. And my partner is Sergei Shkel, he is from Belarus.